So first pickups video for the year, and I thought I'd just show you some of the bits and pieces that I've accumulated over the last couple of probably months now. And I won't bother showing you any of the current gen stuff that I've found. I'll just keep it retro. But managed to find a couple of interesting bits and pieces here and there. So yeah, I'll just get straight into showing you what I've found. So the first game I've got here is a bootleg for the MVS, and it's a copy of Metal Slug. And when I was bidding on this, I kind of suspected that it wasn't going to be the real thing, but I went for it anyway. And sure enough, when I got it delivered, I could tell straight away that it was a bootleg. So emailed the seller and explained to him, and he was actually really cool about it. He offered to refund me £10 as compensation. So in total for this, I paid £17, including the postage, which I think is a pretty good deal, even if it is a bootleg. I've played through the whole game. I can't find any glitches or problems with it, so it's perfectly playable. And ideally I'd like to have the real thing, but for now this'll do me. But yeah, that was Metal Slug for the MVS. So I picked up some Japanese 32X and Mega Drive games, and I ended up getting all of these from the same seller over the course of a couple of weeks. But the first two here I got in a bundle, and I paid less than £10 for these delivered, so very happy about that. And the first one here is Space Harrier, and this is the 32X, Super 32X version I should say, which is basically just the Japanese 32X. But I've been after this one for quite a while now, so happy to have that in the collection. And the next one here is Afterburner. Again, this is the Super 32X version. Got these both in a bundle deal for under £10. Really happy about that. And the next ones I got here are some Japanese Mega Drive games. One of them's a bootleg. This is a copy of Tetris. Sadly not the real the real thing. I think the real one goes for something ridiculous like thousands and thousands of dollars. But this is the Asian bootleg of it. And I knew it was a bootleg when I bought it. It was listed as that. I wasn't duped or anything, but yeah, quite an interesting game to have for the Mega Drive. It's Tetris. So the final game I got from the same seller was this copy of Sonic the Hedgehog, and it's the Japanese version, so it's got completely different looking artwork to what I'm used to seeing, and I just thought it looked kind of cool, so I ended up picking it up. I think it was only like £1 or something. So yeah, I'll leave a link to the eBay seller's shop in the description below. Really cool guy. He basically did me an excellent deal on all these games here, even refunded me part of the postage. So yeah, go check out his eBay store. I think it's called Loose Logic Corp or Core. His name's Corin, and he's got a ton of loose Mega Drive games for sale, and they're all reasonably priced as well. So yeah, I'll leave a link in the description below. It's a really good deal I got with these things here, and these are Triton gaming headphones for your Xbox or your PlayStation or PC. And found these on eBay faulty, and I know some people are really disgusted and grossed out by buying used headphones, but for me, I'm actually not bothered at all. These headphone pads come off and you can throw them in the wash, so they end up coming out as good as new pretty much. And I also tend to strip all these things down to the component parts and then give everything a really good clean with like anti-back wipes or whatever. So yeah, by the time I'm finished with them, they're pretty much in new condition anyway, so yeah, it doesn't bother me. But I found these on eBay faulty, and apart from the fact that they were kind of grubby and smelt a bit suspicious, the only fault was that they were missing their detachable microphone, which I have no intention of ever using anyway. It's just a little boom mic that plugs in there. But yeah, these are really nice headphones. I've been using them on my PC. They come with a little control module here, so you can adjust the voice volume. You can plug it into your Xbox if you want, and you can switch between PlayStation and Xbox, and you've got your volume, your mic control. They're powered by USB. You can see there, you just plug that into your PC, and you can also plug them into the headphone socket and the microphone. So yeah, £6 for these, I think that's a really good deal. I checked online, and these typically sell in new condition for, I think it was between £45 and £60, so I think that's a pretty good deal. So yeah, that was my Triton headphones there, which I'm now using as my main PC headset. So the final Mega Drive game I got was this, and it's Bare Knuckle 3, otherwise known as Streets of Rage 3, and I'm sure most of you are aware of the differences between the Japanese and the Western release of this game. There's different characters in it, there's different sprites, there's different difficulty levels, there's different level design. It's actually overall quite a different game, so I've been quite eager to pick this one up for a while now. So I was just browsing eBay one day and I saw it was going for quite a low amount, so I just put in a token bid, not expecting to win it, and actually won it for, it was £24 including the postage, so that's about half of what it usually sells for. This is a box copy. It's in really nice condition, it's just missing its manual, but I mean, considering I paid what, £24 for this, that's about half of what it usually goes for if it's complete, and I really don't care if it's got the manual in it or not. I just wanted to play the game, so yeah, really happy to pick this one up. So when this next game here turned up, I was actually really pleasantly surprised about how good a condition it was in. And this is a game I've been after for quite a while, and I had thought I was going to end up having to import it from either Japan or the US, because it was never released here in Europe, or it was never released here in the UK at least. And it's a copy of WarioWare Twisted for the Game Boy Advance, and I had thought I was going to end up having to get a loose copy from the US, and it was going to cost me about what was it, like £16 including the postage. But at the last minute I noticed this copy here, and it was from a UK, or yeah, it must have been a UK based seller. They had it up at £9.99 including the postage at the buy it now, so I was like, okay, I'll have that. And like the next day it turned up in a big cardboard box, really well padded, and inside was this, and it's the complete Japanese copy of the game, boxed, has all the bits, everything. The cartridge is in mint condition, it doesn't even look like it's been used, and in here, I mean, even the Japanese boxes are really cool, because they've basically just got art and stuff all over them. I mean, even you open up the box and on the little tabs in the inside you've got pictures of Mario, or Wario I should say. It's the same on the other side. So just really cool packaging and artwork. And inside, I'll just take this out here, and it came in its little baggie and everything. Inside you've got your inlay, and you get your points card, your Club Nintendo, and you even get a full colour manual. But it's not just a manual, it's also like a little comic strip. So each of these pages folds out and you've got some info on the different characters in the game, and I just think that's like the coolest thing. I won't show you every single page here, but there's tons of really cool looking Japanese art in there. We can't see that too well on camera, but yeah, so I was really happy to pick this game up for £10 when I was originally just going to get the cartridge on its own from America for like 16 or something. So it's probably just easier for me to show you the game in action than it is to try and explain it. So here it is here, got the cartridge plugged in, the gyroscopic and rumble cartridge. You can see if I shake the system, it moves about on the screen. So I'll just hit start. And the really cool thing with this is all the menus are selected by tilting the device, and it rumbles every time you go over one of these little options as well, so that's really cool. So hit A, and then I can choose what character I want to play as well, like so. And it's really responsive. So a few of the other Game Boy Advance games I picked up were these here, and the first one is Super Puzzle Fighter 2, and I suppose the best way of describing this game is it's like Tetris meets Columns meets Street Fighter, and it's a lot of fun. The only problem I found with it was that the AI in it can be really cheap, so you can be doing really well throughout the whole game, and then at the very last moment the AI will spam some ridiculous move at you and you'll just be obliterated with like no chance of winning at all. Kind of like Mario Kart, when you're like doing really well and then the very last lap that the AI will basically cheat and win. So kind of like that, but all the same it's still a fun game, I suppose. So that's Super Puzzle Fighter 2. The next game I got here is another bootleg, and this is Alien 3 for the Game Boy Advance, and Alien 3 was never actually released for the GBA. What this is basically the NES version on this cartridge with a NES emulator, or a NES emulator for the GBA, if that makes sense. So yeah, it doesn't look that great, it's basically a NES game being played on the GBA, but I picked it up all the same. I'm a big fan of collecting these like bootlegs and unlicensed games, so I was pretty interested to see how this would play. But that was Alien 3 for the Game Boy Advance. So the final GBA game I've got here is Altered Beast Guardian of the Realms, and this is actually a sequel to the original Mega Drive game, and I didn't even know this existed until really recently when I just happened to stumble across it when I was browsing through eBay one day. So yeah, ended up picking this up, but sadly it's not a very good game. It's a bit clunky, a bit repetitive, and not too much fun, so yeah, bit of a disappointment, but still cool to have in the collection all the same. So that's Altered Beast, Guardian of the Realms. So I'll quickly wrap this video up with a couple of the Dreamcast games I got, and some of you might have noticed, but I'm a huge Dead or Alive fan, and I ended up picking this up. This is the Dead or Alive 2 white label Dreamcast preview disc, or demo disc, whatever you want to call it. So I found that for a really good price on eBay. I think it was under £5, and the seller even threw in a free copy of the Shenmue Disc 1 review copy as well. So I got these two for, I think it was like $4.99, so really happy to get those. And I also picked this up as well. This is the Japanese version of Dead or Alive 2, but this is the standard edition, which is for whatever reason rarer to find than the special edition, which I unsurprisingly also have. Here it is. And yeah, really not a huge difference between the two copies, just different cover art, and that's pretty much it. But yeah, I've been after this one for a little while now, and this is nice and complete and everything, so got that. Finally, I don't know if I've shown this in a previous video or not, but I also got this here. This is Dead or Alive 2 again for the Dreamcast, but this is the PAL version, but it's a strange bundle copy, and it comes in this odd clamshell type case here. So you've got your manual, you've got your disc, and it's pretty much identical to the regular version. There's some slight variations in the artwork, but yeah, I just thought it was kind of interesting to have, and obviously being the Dead or Alive freak that I am, I had to get this as well. So there you go, that's pretty much all my pickups for the last couple of months and weeks there. So yeah, hopefully that was somewhat interesting to see. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you again soon.